Today we're going to be continuing to solve multi-step worded problems linked to multiplication. Got a different one for you today. To be successful, you're going to identify the calculations within a problem. You're going to use the most efficient method to solve the problem. Yesterday we did part of it in our heads using our times table knowledge, and the other part using our formal written method that we've been looking at all week. Today will be much the same, and as yesterday and the day before, you're going to be estimating in order to check your answer beforehand. So here is our new problem. Layla makes jewellery to sell at a school fair. Each bracelet has 53 beads. She makes 68 bracelets. Each necklace has 105 beads. She makes 34 necklaces. How many beads does Layla use altogether? Quite a lot, I would imagine. What is the question asking me to find is the first thing I'm going to need to ask myself. Well, I am being asked to find how many beads does Layla use altogether? The total number of beads. Total number of beads. There we go. Next, what knowledge am I going to need to do? Well, if there are 53 beads in each bracelet, I can remember going back to Monday and my cookie and chocolate chip problem. There's going to be similar here. I'm going to have to multiply those two numbers together. I'm probably going to have to do the same for the necklace. And then I'll have to, once I have those two numbers, if I want them all together, then that tells me I've got to add at the end. So I'm going to need to use my multiplication knowledge today. I'm going to have to use my addition knowledge at the end. You're going to have to use your times tables in order to link it to this. There we go. So the calculations, as I've just gone through, if I can find out how many beads there are in all of the bracelets, 53 multiplied by 68, and how many beads there are in all of the necklaces, 105 multiplied by 34. Once I have those two numbers, I'm then going to add them together. Add them together. So that would make 3 steps to my problem here. So, what is the first step? Well, let's find out how many beads there are in 68 bracelets. So first of all, 53 multiplied by 68, I'm going to estimate that. I'm going to round them both nice and simple to 50 multiplied by 70. I've rounded them to the nearest multiple of 10, and that's nice and easy, 3,500. So now my calculation here. 53 multiplied by 68, multiplying them together. Let's make sure I've drawn a nice straight line across there. Here we go, I'm just going to thin my pen out for this as well. So 8 times 3 I know is 24, so I'm going to carry that 2 there. 8 times 5 is 40, add the 2 is 42. Remember my place value holder. 6 times 3 is 18, carry the 1, 6 times 5 is 30, add the 1, 31. Now going back to drawing my line, there we go, I'm going to go back to my thicker pen now. So 4, add 0 is 4, 2, add 8 is, oh my apologies, 10, 4 add 1 is 5, add the 1 is 6. So there are 3,604 beads in the bracelets, so that is part 1. Part 2 now, my second step is I want to find out how many beads there are in the necklaces. So first I'm going to have to do 105 times 34, so let's now do my estimation first. 105 I know you can round to 100, that's an easy number. 34, well, I'm going to keep that as 34 because if I multiply anything by 100, that's quite a simple thing to do. 3,400. So hopefully my answer calculation here is going to be near 3,400. So let's have a look at this one. 105 multiplied by 34. Good, draw my line up there. I'm going to thin my pen out to make it a little bit clearer now. So 4 times 5 is 20, so I'll carry the 2. 4 times 0 is 0, add the 2, 2. 4 times 1 is 4. That was quite a nice easy row to do. Remembering my place value holder in there. 3 times 5 is 15, carry my 1. I'm going to draw my second line now, and I'm going to draw it all the way through that one I've just carried. And lastly 3 times 0 is 0, add the 1 is 1, 3 times 1 is 3. So, adding them up, there are 3,570 beads in my necklaces. Is that near my estimation? Yeah, great. So the last thing I need to do then, number 3, to figure out how many beads there are all together, I have to add up how many beads there were in the bracelets and how many beads there are in the necklaces. So in the bracelets there was 3,604. In the necklaces there was 3,570 and 70. Right, so let's have a look at adding them together. I can use column method, that's absolutely fine, but I'm looking at these digits so I can see there's not that much carrying. So looking at the ones column first, 0 add 4 is 4. Tens column, 7 add 0 is 7. Hundreds column, 5 add 6 would be 11. So let's take it as 35 add 36. So I'm going to go into the thousands column at the same time, which makes 71. So that would be 7,174 beads all together. Now the only thing I forgot to do there was my estimate, so let's just put that in, making sure that you do it before your calculation. So I would probably have 3,500 add 3,500, I know equals 7,000. Am I near? Yes. Obviously, you are going to do your estimation before. So your problems today, task 1 is looking at the bracelets and necklaces problem. You have 4 of them there. Make sure you show your workings very clearly and your estimations are done before, not like I did after. When you're ready for task 2, come back and I will talk you through task 2. Right, task 2 then. Here is my second problem. Miss Mills is making jam to sell at a school fair. Strawberries cost 104p per kilogram. One glass jar costs 48p. She uses 12 kilograms of strawberries to make 16 jars of jam. Calculate the total cost to make 16 jars of jam. So what am I finding this time? I'm finding the total cost. And if I'm looking at a cost, then I need to remember that it will be pounds or pence. Remember that I'm going to be working in money at the end of this. What knowledge am I going to need here? Well, if she's using 12 kilograms and a kilogram is 114p, then I'm sure that's probably going to be one of my first steps. 114 multiplied by 12, so I'm going to use my multiplication knowledge again. I know that 16 jars of jam costs 48p, so I'm going to have to work out what 16 jars of jam costs me. So again, I'm using my multiplication. So with multiplication comes my times table knowledge. You could write down there as well, I could write down there my written method of column multiplication as well. So once I have those two costs, I have the cost of the strawberry and the cost of the jam. Again, I'm going to be adding them together. So again, I have 3 steps. Notice how this one's very similar to the one you've just been doing. Right, so what is the first step then? My first step is to see how much 12 kilograms of strawberries costs me. So 1 kilogram is 114, so I need to multiply that by 12. First of all, I'm going to estimate. I know 114 can be rounded to 100, so I don't need to round my 12 because anything times 100 is fairly simple. 1,200. So now for my calculation. 114 multiplied by 12 thin my pen out so it's a little bit easier. Right, 2 times 4 is 8, 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 1 is 2. This one should be quite simple. Remembering my place value holder, 1 times 4 is 4, 1 times 1 is 1, 1 times 1 is 1. Nothing too challenging at the moment. So, adding them up, 8, 6, 3, 1. So that is the cost in pence, because at the moment I'm working in pence. 1,368p for my strawberries. Now let's calculate the cost of 16 jars. I'll just highlight the one part there. There we go, 16 jars. And if 16 jars cost 48p, or one jar costs 48p, 16 of them must be 48 times 16. So my estimation first then, I know 48 could be round to 50. I could do 50 times 15. If you want, I could do 50 times 20. It's quite an easy one that I can do in my head. So I know 5 times 2 is 10, 100, should be nearing 1,000 my calculation. So let's have a go now. 48 multiplied by 16, 13. Line there, let's thin my pen out. Right, okay. 6 times 8 is 48. So carry my 4, 6 times 4 is 24, add that 4 is 28. Next column, next row I need to remember my place value holder, so 1 times 8 is 8, 1 times 4 is 4. Again, see, like knowing my times table is making this a lot simpler. Adding them up now, 8 and 16, that's 6, 7. Okay, am I near? I'm not far off. The fact that I've rounded 48p up to 50 and 16 jars up to 20, this is an overestimation, so I know that my actual calculation should be less, and it is less, so I know I must be correct once I have my units. 768 pence. So I know how much the strawberries cost now, I know how much the jars cost now. Oh no, didn't mean to do that. The last thing I need to do here is to add those two costs up. So 1,368, 1,368, add 768, 768. Right, now I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, right, I'm going to have to do 8 at 8, 6 at 6, 7 at 3, so quite a lot of carrying. Need to remember to do my estimation before this time, so I could do, oh, there's a nice easy one. I'm noticing 1,300 plus 700. Now I know I have rounded this down, but that's okay because I know that my answer will just be slightly more, and I'm noticing that that makes an easy calculation in my head. That's okay to do. If you're a bit of a stickler for the rules or would prefer to round this up like you should do to 800, might just make the calculation slightly, the estimation slightly harder. That's not a problem, you just have 2,100 there. So, finally, I'm just going to do my column method. Drawing my line. There we go, so 8 at 8, I know is 16, cover the 1, that would be 12, so 13, 10, so that would be 11, there we go. 2,136 pence. Now, there is a final step to this calculation, and I know that I will never come across in life 2,136 pence. We will always convert that into pounds. So to convert pence into pounds, all I do is I multiply it by 100, because there are, sorry, not multiply, divide. I'm thinking a step ahead here. Sorry, divide the number by 100, because there are 100 pence in £1. If I remember, £1 equals 100 pence, then I'm going to divide from pence to pounds. So my actual answer will be £21.36. And I say if I've got my pound sign, I don't need to write my pence sign. Your task now. Task 2 looks at the jam jar problems. You've got 4 of them there. And as you've already seen, I know answers are at the bottom for all 8 problems you've done today.